I'm here with my friend Steve Whittier, fellow Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belt and SBG coach. Continue on with a series for SBG's approach to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And one of the things I talk about a lot is structure. In Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, when it's done properly, it's structure. The physical alignment of your body, your posture, your position, the position of your hips in relation to your opponent's hips, where the power comes from. It's not from physical strength or how much you can bench press or any of that stuff. It's structure that allows the smaller person, assuming they're better at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, more technical and have the right idea, to beat a bigger person. That is what the art is about. So my focus here at the gym is almost always on structure. And when we say structure, we're almost always talking about posture. There's of course transitions and there's different positions that you get into, but the core fundamental concepts are all facilitated on posture. Posture must come first. So I'm going to use Steve here, and we're going to talk about that inside closed guard. We're going to do no-gi today. So Steve's put me in closed guard. First thing here is just, my hips are down low. I don't want to sit up. One of the first things somebody that doesn't know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu will do when you put them in closed guard, especially if it's a fight, they're going to hit you. And for our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just to make a quick point here, I'm always thinking in terms of fight, thinking in terms of gi, thinking in terms of no-gi, not just gi, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and especially not just IBJJF, tournament Jiu-Jitsu, but the whole art. And if your game falls apart when you take the gi off or somebody hits you, you have bad fundamentals. If you have good Jiu-Jitsu fundamentals, the kind that we teach here at SBG, you should be able to transcend the different environments. You'll have ones you like more than the other. You may prefer gi, you may prefer no gi, but it's not going to make a huge difference. And you'll see why as I begin to teach this position. So first thing, the average person is just going to sit up. Of course, with somebody like Steve, I'm just going to get swept. So I'm sitting down. Second thing is I don't want to lean back. This is another one people start to pull, and beginners will begin to lean back. There's nothing preventing him from sitting up, and I'm not going to have the leverage to put him back on his back. Now I'm on top, and I'm upright. This is good starting position for me. I want to keep him on his back. So my head's up, not leaning forward, hands not all over his body here where he can throw an arm bar or submission really quick, but like this. Now here, I've seen good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts still teach proper posture like this. So if we move around to the side here, their back is straight, which is usually good posture if I'm lifting weights or sitting in classrooms. But that's not the posture I want here, because if he pinches his knees together and pulls, he's going to pull me forward every time, especially when my hands aren't on his body. And I don't want to have to use my hands when he pulls to hold myself up. Because if I'm having to use my hands to hold myself up, then when he pulls, now he can take my arm. That's his setup. And that's how you catch somebody who's not very clever in your guard. So I don't want that. I want to be able to stay upright without having to use my hands. So how I do that? By pushing my tailbone forward. Imagine a dog tucking its tail between its legs, and my back arches as much as possible, like this. Right? Shoulders are forward. Back arch. The pressure now is with my tailbone going forward. I'm not leaning back with my head and shoulders, because again, that allows him to sit up. I'm right here, but now my back is arched. Now he pulls, pull. Nothing he can do. Even if he was huge, like imagine 370-pound powerlifting Samoan, right? For him to pull me forward, it would look like this. Pull. My back, the arch of my back would break, and then I would fall forward. He cannot physically pull me forward until he breaks the arch in my back. So if I can maintain that arch as he pulls, I can stay upright. I mean, the worst it's going to happen if he's really powerful. He's going to lift me up with his own energy a little bit. My hips will come up a little bit, but not in a way that I'm going to be threatened. So again, he pulls, and that's it. So you want to make sure you really practice that. Second thing is my chin's up. With gi, sometimes people grab the gi, people duck their chin. This is a mistake. With no gi, it's the same. It's just like if we were in Muay Thai or in wrestling. If I'm looking down and he grabs my neck, that's where my body weight's going to go. It's easy for him to pull me forward. So my head's always up. So if he does manage to get my neck and pull, I'm defending it just like I would if I was wrestling. So my chin's up, traps flexed, tailbone's pulling forward, back arched. I'm engaged my core, my stomach's sucked in. So now he pulls, I'm not going anywhere. He's going to get my neck, he's not going to get it. Okay, so now I'm holding myself up structurally, not with muscle, but just with the structure of my body. Now I just want to keep him down. If I put weight on him, when he moves my hands off to the side, which he'll have to do to sit up, then again I fall. So when there's no gi involved and there's no sleeve for him to grab, I don't actually want to touch his body. I want to float. So we call floating basic posture at the gym. So my hands are just about an inch off his body. Okay? And the first thing is, as he goes to sit up, I'm just gonna shove him back down. Lead hand tapping back down. My elbows are in, structurally, not like this. I'm not using a lot of tricep, but just like this. And as he goes to sit up, push him down, right? Then it comes back, usually below his sternum. I don't like my palm to go above the sternum. And if it goes above the sternum for a second, because he's big and powerful, I know he might go for the arm. I'm always pulling it back. So it's motion, a quick motion like that back. If he's really big, sit up. You might have to do that, but just for a split second. Notice I'm checking his arm too, and then I'm back here, right? So this is the second part. Now he goes to pull with the legs. I'm good. He goes to sit up. I'm good. Now the only thing he can do now to attack me is to try and more to sit up and occupy the space, is to move my grips. And as he goes to grip, this is where we're going to hand fight. Okay, so the first basic I usually do is as he goes to move my wrist, I come underneath. Re-grab. Now I have 2-on-1. He wants to defend that and pull it back. I'll fight a little bit. He really pulls hard. You can have it back. And we're here. Keep going. And there's no pattern to this. Just, you know, it's just a game. The main thing is I don't want my hands out here. Never want 2 on one side. But I'm always kind of occupying the zone, so if all of a sudden he tries to sit up on me, I can keep him on his back. Chin up. He might, if he's a good guard player, close guard player, while this is going on, he's going to be trying to pull with his legs as well. So my core is always engaged at the same time. This is the game. So rather than searching through YouTube and finding 43 other ways to open up close guard, which is purchasing a whole bunch of ammunition and having a really shitty gun, you should just spend your time here and play this for 15 minutes 2 times a week and see what happens to your base and posture. Okay? Now as I come around here, as he grabs, and I come around to this position, let's trade spots again. So I'm playing here, he grabs, onto here. Now I'm going to stand up to open up his closed guard. And there's a very particular way I want you to do that when we're not wearing a gi, so that you, again, you're structurally powerful and you're not having to place a lot of weight on your quads. And I'll show you that in the next video.